I've made this jug from a white stoneware clay, and I painted it with a white slip. The white slip has got porcelain in it, and it should give a whiter effect when it's finished. But at the moment, what you see is just the grey colour of the leather hard clay. So I threw this on a wheel, and I shaped the handle, made it the shape I wanted it, and now I'm painting with a black slip. It's like a liquid clay. So I've painted my sea trout and fishing flies, and now I'm working on the design with this little tool. It's like a little wire tool. So I'm scraping away the black clay slip to reveal what will be the white clay underneath, or the white slip underneath. Here I'm just putting the detail on those fishing flies, and in actual fact the clay is a little bit too wet at this point. So the top one, by the time I get to the top one, I decide I've sort of had enough of that, because the clay's a little bit too soft, so I left it a little bit to dry. So once it's dried a little bit more, now I'm working on the detail on the actual fish itself. So I suppose it's like a jumping fish, but it suits the shape of the vase. And then I've just finished that detail on the fishing fly. And now I'm putting the detail, I'm thinning down that fishing rod for the little fisherman on the lake or loch with the mountains behind. So I'm just, because I painted him fairly crudely, and so I'm using this little wire tool, this little metal tool, to thin down the fishing line and put in the details of the fish which is jumping out of the water and the ripples from the water, and the details on the little fisherman himself. Just thinning down the fishing rod, adding a bit of detail to those mountains, and then I've put a little detail around the lip, around the rim of the jug, which I quite like to do. And now I'm adding some more. I had this blank space above the fishing rod, and I wanted to put a stream of fish jumping out, and then finally I've got a fish I've got that sea trout on a platter at the bottom of the jug there, which when I put the detail in there is a bit clearer. So that's a fish lying on a platter. And now I'm putting in some colour. So I wanted this to be a kind of simple design, which is black and red. And as I said, that clay background, which at the moment is a sort of dull grey colour, when this is fired in the kiln, that should come up really quite a nice white. So now I'm just putting the detail in on all my red design. The red is really kind of like seaweed or river weed. And then here I just finish off the design around the angler, around the fisherman himself, with a design. I'm gonna put some fish. I'm gonna put some fish into that red. I'm gonna scratch out the red to reveal some sort of silhouetted fish, which I'll do in a minute. And then again, I'm just putting in some of that, a little bit more detail, just building it up. That's the fish. It doesn't show too well at this stage, but when it's fired, there'll be a lot more contrast between the red, which should come really, really bright red, shiny red, and the white background. So that's the finished design. It's still damp clay, so it's not white yet. But the little dog jug in the background there, that's more the kind of white that this fish jug will be when it's completed. So thanks for watching anyway.